Good afternoon YouTube, welcome back to another Division 2 video. I'm PTT and today we're going to be talking about the Division 2's Dark Zones. Yeah, that's right, I said zones because we can now confirm and talk about the fact that the Division 2 will have 3 Dark Zones. And they will all have their own unique style and mechanic to them that will hopefully keep the wider community very happy for a long time to come. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have any new gameplay to share with you guys, so you will have to deal with the fact that there is some older footage rolling in the background, but don't let that take away from what we're about to talk about. With all of that aside, guys, let's just jump straight into it. So we can now confirm, as I said, that the Division 2 will have 3 separate Dark Zones. Now, each one of these Dark Zones has been designed to offer something extremely different to the other, and as a quick example of this, I can tell you that 2 of these DZs have friendly fire turned off, but 1 has it turned on, just like the Division 1's good old days. Now, there is an awful lot of information to cover here, guys, so stay with me while I do my best to explain what I can. Please remember that a lot of us are still under alpha NDAs, so we can only go over what has been officially and publicly announced. First then, let's talk about something that to me is a great change to the Dark Zone, and that is the normalisation of gear. We all know how unbalanced and powerful some gear sets were in the Division 1, and it seems that our feedback was heard loud and clear, because now with the Dark Zone, when you enter it, your gear stats are normalised. Now, I am very well aware that some people may not like this, and that's cool, guys, because now you guys have your own Dark Zone to go and mess around in where your stats won't be normalised. Yeah, guys, when I said that each DZ will play differently, I really meant it. And from what we know right now, these changes were made to make the Dark Zone a more enjoyable place for every player, no matter what kind of a Dark Zone player you are. Now, I would love to go into more detail about gear normalisation, but that's something we can't do right now, so I will have to leave it there. But be assured, when I can talk about more, I will indeed do so. And you can expect many videos coming soon with a lot more details, so stay tuned. Secondly, let's talk about the new semi-rogue mechanic. This is something that will flag you as a person that is not full rogue because you have not killed another player, but does show you are an untrustworthy player that could very easily turn on other agents. This new system can be implemented in several different ways, but those currently remain something that we don't know about, so again, stay tuned for more. But take note of the fact that there are many ways a player can be flagged as rogue now without actually killing another player. One such way that can be mentioned is by looting another player that is asking for a revive instead of actually reviving them. Next, let's talk about monuments. These are the Division 2's version of landmarks inside the Dark Zone, and according to the OPM magazine article, are guarded by some seriously heavy AI that will not think twice about making your day even harder. As we have seen and expect, the usual AI can be dealt with in a very reasonable and quick fashion, but the monuments bosses sound like they may put up a bit more of a fight than most of us are expecting. We also learnt in the same section of the article that the DZ monument bosses may indeed have some new toys to play with in the form of rocket launchers and heavy machine guns. Now, the article does go on to say that teamwork and build selection can really play a big part in your team's survivability in these kind of engagements. So yeah, guys, I highly recommend that you start working on your team setup right about now and have you and your friends decide what kind of a role you want to play in this new and improved Dark Zone. I think that the new systems, along with new build mechanics, the Division 2 is about to open the doors to something that is really going to be incredibly enjoyable, and I, for one, can't wait to finally get back into some good PvP. Moving on then, guys, let's finally and lightly mention the Division 2's confirmed PvP modes. I am, of course, talking about the new Conflict mode, Skirmish, Team Deathmatch and Domination. Now, currently not too much is known about these, but the article does mention that the Conflict mode will have its own progression system for gear, skill leveling and class upgrades. So those of you that are serious and dedicated PvP players should really have something to chase after here. Again, it really sounds like all of the feedback the community has given over the years has really been taken into account and acted on for the Division 2's release. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the information on these dedicated PvP modes is currently scarce, but I am sure we will get more in due time, so stay tuned. Now, that will about wrap up what little information I can give you at the moment, guys. But, like I said, there is an awful lot more to come very, very soon. We know that today is the day the people that went out to Redstorm before Christmas will start releasing Division 2 videos, so hopefully I will be back tomorrow with some more tasty Division 2 news for you. Until that time, though, let me just say thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. Let me know your thoughts on everything I managed to mention in this video in the comment section down below. Have a great day, and until the next one, I'll catch you all soon.